Hey everybody, it's Jen. Thanks for watching my first real process video. I'm just showing you here that I'm using the Paper Smooches Squeaky Clean stamp set. I bought this last year and hadn't used it yet. And I'm using my Black Licorice My Favorite Things ink to ink up my image because I am going to be coloring it. So you'll see here I grab in a few minutes a couple of my Spectrum Noir pens. So this is DR2 and DR3. And I found this whole process video really challenging. First, I'm not used to taping myself while I'm crafting, and then second, I found it really hard when I was editing to know what to leave in and what not to, but I decided to leave this coloring in and just speed it up really quickly. When I was doing this card, I had no idea where I was going with it, but the inspiration came from a conversation that Teresa, who is the recipient of this card, and oh yeah, Jen and I had this hilarious conversation around laundry, and so I wanted to do this as kind of like a funny little joke for Teresa. So I'm going to cut this out and do that mostly off camera. And so I have the image cut out, and then I take my X-Acto knife to just make some lines here so that I can get my scissors in, because I am going to be cutting this out to do a shaker card. And so I just do most of this off camera as well once I kind of get those lines cut. But you can see me here just cutting out the inside. And then I grab some acetate and cut that up off camera as well. And I always use my glossy accents to adhere that down. And you'll see me in a second. Once I have it on, I'm going to put it under a stamp block while it dries. I just find that that really helps make sure it adheres. So as I was saying, I really didn't know where I was going with this card when I first started, which is a huge mistake when you're doing a process video. So I decided to try to do something simple, and I did a 3x3 card, and I was just cutting out two here so that I could have one in my stash for the next time I went to do one. So I cut the 8.5 and 11 paper into 6 inches by 3 inches and scored at 3 inches, and I'm just going to fold this down to make my top folding card. Or side folding card. And then I just grab my foam tape and spend forever cutting it up into little pieces. I should have used my Tim Holtz scissors, but I didn't because they don't stick as much. But again, I do most of this off camera as well. You all know how to adhere foam tape, and I did play around with this. I put 2 layers of foam tape. And then I decided that I wanted to use some paper behind that, so I went and grabbed my 6x6 Love Notes by Crepe Paper pad. And I love this piece of paper here. Down the left side, it's like a roller date stamp, and it says February 14th down it. And then down the right side, it says I love you, I love you, I love you in pink. And the roller date stamp is in red. And then there's a very faint teal kind of graph line on the background of this paper. And again, just trying to cut this out. I swear I've never had so much trouble making a card, but it must have been because I knew I was being filmed and I'm just not used to it. But anyways, so I grab my baby powder and I put it into my palette, and I just use a paintbrush and go around the edges, and it takes any of the stickiness away, which really helps with the sequins and confetti and whatever you're putting in your shaker card not stick to the sides. So I wanted to use sequins, but this image was too tiny, so I needed to find something small to put inside. So I used some teal glitter, and then I had these red heart sequins from Rhonda. Thanks, Rhonda. And then I just adhered the paper, and I'm just looking at it now to see if I like it, even though it's too late because I'm not going to tear it back up. But I thought that it did look really cute, and I do like the glitter in it. So now I'm just grabbing my VersaFine ink, and I'm just going to put the sentiment on, and I kept not moving the image far away enough, so I struggled with that. And then the last thing I did was just to ground the image. I decided to put some washi tape behind it, and originally I thought I was just going to put it to the right side, but I didn't like it, so I cut the left side and then decided to center it more, so I needed to cut the right side so that it had 2 straight edges, and then I just adhered that down. And then I'm going to grab some enamel dots, which again, could not get these little suckers in place for the life of me and struggled with them. You'll see me play with them a little bit here, but I do finally get them on for the knobs, the washing machine, and then I decide to use a black rhinestone on the right hand side for what I kind of consider the on-off button. And that's it. Super clean and simple. Thanks everybody for sticking with me through my first process video.